Is it okay for Christians to date non-Christians? Hi, my name is Gad. Welcome to Rapture Ready Bible Study. Somebody asked me, is it okay for Christians to date non-Christians? No, it's not. As Christians, we date with intention. The intentionality there is to date towards marriage. So if you're dating someone who's not a Christian, you're actually dating them to get married to them, right? So no, it's not okay for Christians to date non-Christians. I'm going to give you two scriptures from the Old Testament and two from the New Testament. Let's start with Deuteronomy. This is from the New King James Version. Every single scripture I'll be reading from is from the New King James Version. Deuteronomy 7:3-4. It says, nor shall you make marriages with them. It says, you shall not give your daughter to their son, nor take their daughter for your son. It says, for they will turn your sons away from following me. This is God talking, right? He says to serve other gods, right? I'm going to read that again. I just want that to sink in. It says, nor shall you make marriages with them. It says, you shall not give your daughters to their son, nor take their daughter for your son. For they will turn your sons away from following me to serve other gods. So the anger of the Lord will be aroused against you and destroy you suddenly. Context. God is instructing the Israelites here not to intermarry with the people of other nations, because the risk there is that their hearts will be turned away from him. Right? Let's go to Nehemiah 13:25-27. Says, so I contended with them and cursed them, struck some of them and pulled out their hair and made them swear by God, saying, you shall not give your daughters as wives to their sons, nor take their daughters for your sons or yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations there was no king like him. He says, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, pagan women caused even him to sin. Right? Shall we then hear of your doing all this great evil, transgressing against our God by marrying pagan women? Okay, let's go to the New Testament. 2 Corinthians 6:14-15. It says, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Right? For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? Right? And what accord has Christ with Belial? Right? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever? Right? Let's go to another one. 1 Corinthians 7:39. It says, a wife is bound by law as long as her husband lives. Right? But if her husband dies, she is at liberty to be married to whom she wishes, only in the Lord. Right? Paul specifies that widows, and by principle, all believers, should marry only in the Lord, meaning fellow Christians. Right?